So if you manage to successfully install Xcode onto your MacBook, just close this and click on Xcode either in here or in Launchpad. Find Xcode in here, okay? And after you find Xcode and click on it, it will open a certain dashboard for you where you can choose either get started with a playground or create a new Xcode project. So choose create a new Xcode project and it will ask you to choose a template for our new project. So we're not going to build a game or an iMessage application or other applications, but we rather will build a single view application, which is the basic template that we can choose. So in here we choose the template for our new project. So if we are developing an iWatch application, we can choose it. If we are developing for Apple TV or Mac books, we can just choose in under the section. But we are developing for iOS generally, for iPhone, iPad, so we are going to use single view application. So if you click on next, it will ask for a product name. So name it our very first program or our very first application. So write your name and write your organization identifier. It is generally so written as com.organization name. So if you do not have any organization, any programming company or something, just write down your name and write com.your name as an organization identifier. So language, we choose Swift, and in devices we can choose either iPhone or iPad or universal. So if we want to build a universal application that can be used both for an iPad or iPhone, we can choose universal in here. So we do not need any test or core data right now, and we are going to see what they are in a couple of following sections. So click on next and it will ask where to put our project, where to save our files. So choose desktop or wherever you want. And if you click on create, it will just create a new project for us. So I have two accounts. Let me choose the proper one. So under here you see folder and files. Actually, when we hit on create, just created the folder in our desktop, and you can see within this folder we have some files here, and actually these files are shown here. Okay, so we can see the project folder and project files in the left dashboard of our IDE. So in left pane we see the files, and within these files we have some .swift files where we can write our code, and we have a storyboard in which we design the application itself. So let's click on main.storyboard here, and it will open an iPhone-like screen for us. So zoom out here with your mouse or mouse pad. So this is actually a screen in which we will see the result of our work when we open it on an iPhone or an iPad. So if we click on this screen, it will open a new options within the right pane. So whatever we click on here, it will just bring the options of the related item in the right pane. Okay, so in the right pane we see the available options and available objects. So let's see what our available options are. So we have the attributes inspector, we have the identity inspector, and we're going to see what those inspectors do in the following lectures. But just for now, you know that it brings the available options in the right pane here. Okay, and under here actually we see the objects like buttons, like labels, like controls or sliders or switch. Okay, we can just take these objects and put it on our application storyboard in here. Okay, and we can choose and delete them with backspace whenever we want. So on the top we have a target, an active scheme, and actually we have some simulators here. So as you can see, we have a lot of options, the latest available iPhone options, and if we click one of them and if we hit run, it will run whatever we have written, whatever we have designed in the simulator that we have chosen. So actually we get to see whatever we have built in an actual iPhone or iPad environment. And if you go to the right side of the top bar, you may see some other options here. So this is closing and opening left pane, and this is the right pane, and this is the bottom pane. Okay, so this actually enables a two-screen view here, and this is one screen view. Okay, and it is a comparison sheet in here. So we generally work within a one single view here, but we're going to sometimes work with in the dual screen assistant editor. So I think that's okay for right now for our layout in here, and let's stop here and continue with the next lecture, where we will be building our very first application.